We are here at the Stoller Center talking about the 30th anniversary of the Stony Brook Film Festival.
And Move Over Mariah, a new celebrity as a holiday show coming up.
Welcome back to another episode of the Long Island Tea Podcast, where we spill the tea on living your best Long Island life. I'm Sharon.
I'm Stacy.
Welcome back, Stacy.
Thank you so much.
We are here at the Stoller Center for the Arts in Stony Brook on Long Island, and I am absolutely so excited for this episode because, first of all, we are on stage.
Yeah, it's about time.
I feel like this is
where we belong.
This is where we belong. And it's just, this venue is really, truly incredible. And I'm really excited to bring on Alan in a little bit to talk about what's happening with the 30th anniversary for the film festival. But first off, how you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing? We'll get that down, I think. I'm doing okay. We're recording on a Monday because of our schedules being so crazy. But it's been a manic Monday so far.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad to be here to just relax a little bit because I feel like it started as soon as I walked in. No, it's been a little crazy. We're coming off a holiday weekend, a very long holiday weekend. I had the best time at Robert Moses. We had incredible weather the entire weekend. We were so lucky. The waves were a little rough. I got a little beat up, but that's okay. I just had so much fun at the beach.
You were just healing from your fall off the fence.
Yeah.
I hope you didn't get scraped on the bottom of the ocean.
Right? No, there was no shark sightings or anything like that, so we were good. What did you guys do?
July 4th, I just spent time with my son. We just had like a Mother Sunday, which included all-you-can bowl/arcade.
Oh, that is so fun.
For a low, low price. That was fun. Shout out to my son Reed. I beat you twice, bad. Both games, and I beat you in every single arcade game that we played. And then after that, we did omakase at a sushi restaurant.
Oh, what is that?
So it's when the number of courses can vary, but the sushi chef picks specific, like the best catches of the day. So it's not when you get like a sushi platter with a lot of stuff. It's specific to like what the best catch of the day is. And when I say course, I mean, it's just one piece.
Okay.
So it's a piece that's like decorated beautifully on top. Mm-hmm. So we did a 10 course, each of us. A 10 course version of that. They like to kick you out after an hour because it is like a very quick experience. Because you're just sort of like
going through it.
Scarfing them down. Yeah. After that, we were going to go to the beach. We were going to crash your party. But we ended up watching the fireworks in the sky from our basketball court.
Oh, that's awesome.
He's been trying really hard at basketball, so we were down there doing like a pretend training.
I love it.
And that was it. And then we went to sleep late.
Yeah. I think my neighbors around the block from us, like we try to chase fireworks all the time, and we can never find a good view. So like last year we went to the school parking lot to see if we can find anything. The fields, we couldn't see. It was like obscured view in all direction. So this year my neighbors around the block like were putting on this beautiful show. I'm like, run, let's go. And funny enough, we wound up going to their house and I never met them before. So I introduced myself and my family, and my daughter and her daughter were like in the same class. I'm like, I had no idea that you lived literally around the block. So
very nice.
It was really cool.
Did you post pictures of fireworks?
No.
That nobody appreciates.
No, I didn't.
It's always so beautiful to watch. You post it, you can't really appreciate the beauty.
Yeah.
But we did in our town as well. There's one family that used to do it, and I think somebody ratted them out after like a very, very long time, so which was very sad for the town. But a new family has sort of taken on the responsibility, and they did a really, really nice job.
Oh, that's awesome. My son, this is the first year that he did not partake in our tradition to go to the beach on 4th of July. He went with his friends to Fire Island. And I was a little heartbroken. I missed him, but I was so glad that he was able to get that experience.
It's a great evolution, though.
It is.
I mean, hanging with your family to Fire Island.
Yeah. And he went with a bunch of his friends. There was probably 5 of them. But he was texting me on the way home on the ferry, and he's like showing me all the fireworks that he was watching. He's like, Mom, this was the best day of my life. He's like, this sunset was magical. Yeah. And like I was, when you hold the photo down because it's live. Yeah. You can hear somebody saying, send that to me so I can send it to my mom. I'm like, oh my God, these boys are so cute. They're all like, oh my God.
He was allowed to leave for that one comment. Yeah, it sounds like an amazing idea. We may turn that into our experience next year too.
Yeah. I loved it. I love 4th of July because it's really, we say Memorial Day is the kickoff to summer, but I feel like we had a really yucky June. So 4th of July is like really, we're in the depths of summer right now.
It did feel like more people were out and about.
Yeah. You know why? Because 4th of July was on a Friday.
Oh,
That's why.
Right.
And it was, we go every year and we leave our house at like 8:00 in the morning and we beat that traffic to the beach. We were stuck on the first bridge right away. And I was like, what is happening? Why does everybody want to come to my Robert Moses party? Stop it. And
It's because of the podcast.
exactly. My husband's like, Sharon, it's Friday. Everybody's like making a whole thing of it. And I was like, that's so true.
Yeah, you're right. I actually didn't put that together because I feel like it's been on a Sunday often where it's like, all right, we got to get to
or
bed.
like midweek, you know?
Midweek, yeah.
It's crazy, but no, I was so happy about it. This week we are going away to Chicago, which I'm excited for because I graduate CDME. Super excited.
Don't downplay that. Can you just share with people just sort of a succinct, just a good summary of like what really went into that?
So this is a 4-year program that I finished in 3. Thank you. It's
like T.B. Hauser in the tourism industry.
I think Kristen finished it in 2 because she just like had to get it done. But no, it's the certification for destination management executive. It's the highest accredited in our industry that you can receive. And it's really about teaching you all the ins and outs of a destination management organization and being a leader in a destination management organization. So I'm really excited because it's a lot of work. It is when you do it, you have to take 4 core classes and then 2 electeds. And typically you would do your core class and an elected when you travel. So you're traveling for 4 days, 5 days at a time, but they're 2-day courses, 9 to 5, nonstop. Like you do take a couple minute breaks, but it's really about peer-to-peer learning. And I think it's really an incredible course, a thing to do because you really learn everything there is to learn about a destination marketing organization.
I would imagine also you build strong and long-lasting bonds.
Oh, absolutely,
with the people
absolutely.
You do this with.
And I think I think this is the biggest class graduating. I have to double check, but I think it is the biggest class graduating.
Do you know approximately what number? Like, is it normally 500 people doing it? Is it 50?
No, it's a lot less. I think there's 200 CDMEs in the industry. I gotta fact check that, but I think this class graduating, I think there's like 70 of us. Oh. Yeah, it's crazy. I'm excited though. It's going to be fun. And then we go to Destination International Annual Convention, and where we learn all the inner workings and trending things happening in our industry, which I'm super excited. How many people contacted you looking to meet?
Yeah, a lot.
My LinkedIn has been blowing up. I'm like,
Yes, some from out of nowhere. Mm-hmm. Others that, have sent emails.
Our vendors and things like that we work with. Yeah.
Yes, I've never been more popular.
I know. It's but especially because you are doing a flash of brilliance.
I am doing a flash of brilliance. I think we mentioned it in the last episode with a vendor we use, Carver Ties, which are branded car fleets. So it's great for awareness at events. They also have other services such as actual like chaperoning. But I'm very excited. It is my first flash of brilliance. Come find me. It is Friday. I can't recall what the name of it is, but it's Friday, I believe, at like 9:20. But just find Carver Ties and Stacy Black, and I will see you there. If you don't want to ask any questions, that's okay.
I'm here.
You can just listen, but I am prepared for the Q&A, so it should be really great because they do a great job as well.
That's exciting. Let's get into our episode. We're here at the Stoller Center, and I feel like we need to introduce our guests and our hosts, actually. I'm super excited to get to know what's going on for the film festival. I love talking to him prior to this because he's so energetic, and I think he's going to bring a lot to the conversation. So let's welcome Alan Inkles, the director of Stoller Center. We are at the Stoller Center with the director of the film festival, Alan Inkles. He's been here for 43 years, and I am so excited that they are celebrating their 30th anniversary this year. We said that you were born in this theater. So thank you so much for having us. What can we expect for the festival?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you for that. I wasn't born in this theater. I wish. The gray hair has given a lot of that away. You're going to see a lot of what has made this festival really special. It is a festival that is for the people. I started it 30 years ago just on a whim. We were a live arts center. We do live shows all year round. And I looked in this theater one day. I came in and said, you know what? There were screens that were the size of this proscenium space back when I was a kid. And now they're all multiplexes. And I said, let's try doing movies. And 30 years later, we have gotten our audience to say we've had the best films they've ever seen, dramas, comedies. We've got documentaries this year. It's just, these are films you can't see anywhere else, unfortunately, because these are premiere films from all over the world, U.S. indie films. And since COVID, it's gotten to be a point where a lot of these films, there's no home for them. You know, the films that used to stream are now streaming. The main films are on Netflix, and I don't want to give them any more need than they get. They get plenty of own credit. So the key is getting them out, and people come to see these films. They look for them every year to see films that they know they'll get one chance to see them on a big screen. They'll get to see filmmakers come out. We have a lot of female filmmakers, by the way. We were doing that before Hollywood made it really cool. We've always had great filmmakers that have been women, and that's just because they make great films. And you'll see a lot of them this year. It's a great experience because you come out, you see the film, you get to talk to the filmmaker. We have some great parties. You can see a lot of what's been here before. We've invited some of our friends back. Ralph Machio's been here before. People like Mary Stuart Masterson, Jenna Malone, Dana Delaney. We've invited a lot of them back. Some said they'll be here. We don't know what night they'll be coming. So there'll be some surprise guests, some cool swag, and a cool 30th year. But you're going to see some really great movies. That's the real short answer to the question.
We're super excited for it. And we were talking earlier, Ralph Machio is a Long Islander. And we've been trying for so many years to get him involved somehow with Discover Long Island. And now we got a guy who can help us out.
Let's go. Come on, Ralph.
So we're excited for that. But is there anything special other than, the parties and things like that? Is there any surprise things happening?
We're talking about doing some panels, some discussions when the filmmakers come in. We do a lot of them for the filmmakers. A lot of them we determined by who's showing. Like we found out yesterday, our female filmmaker from Israel, Anat Cohen, is coming out for the film festival. We didn't know she was going to be here because obviously coming from Israel these days is not an easy thing to do, but she's bringing her family. She's going to be coming out. And we certainly want to talk about the world of making filmmaking in the Middle East right now. We have a short film from Lebanon. So she'll be out. We'll be adding some of those things. But like I said, we're really, the thing to be looking for, I think, everyone always talks about a theme for the festival. We don't create one. I was at Sundance in 2000. The second year I went to Sundance. The first year I went was when I said, we have to do this.
Yeah.
We had done 3 years of the festival of mixing films up and getting old-time filmmakers out that lived on Long Island. And I said, I want to try something else. And I went to Sundance and said, this is great. The second year in 2000, I was on a minibus and a filmmaker turned to me and said, so what's the theme of your festival? And I remember thinking, we don't really have one. The theme is really good movies.
I said quality.
Yeah.
I've gone to festivals over the years that, I won't name them, some bigger festivals that we know of. And some of the films are not very good. And I'll hear from the creator or programmer, well, it fit the theme. And I don't want to be that
You don't want to be locked in.
I want to be the guy
Yeah.
that says, what you're going to see are films that are really special. There are some comedies. People say I should have a contract with Kleenex, but it's not really true. I make you laugh also.
Yeah.
And usually the best films make you laugh and cry. We have a lot of those this year. Just really pointed films. And I think having filmmakers out from Sweden, from Hungary, from Germany, from LA, that country out there, that's what really makes it special. And I think more this year we have than ever, more filmmakers coming in. Most of the shorts filmmakers are coming out. And that to me is, there's no place to see short films anymore.
Right,
You used to
right.
catch them on HBO.
Yeah.
You don't see them anymore. And such a great thing to come into a theater, see a 15-minute short or a 30-minute short or a 3-minute short, and then the Q&A will start with the filmmaker, and then we do the feature. It's just a great experience. You come for a night, you see 2 shorts, you see 2 features, go to a party. You've had a whole film experience in one night.
Yeah.
And we give you 10 of those in a row.
That's amazing.
Would you say there's any particular film or short that has put the Stony Brook Film Festival and the Stoller Center on the map?
There was a short film called West Bank Story. That's probably going back maybe 20 some odd years ago. And it was a brilliant short film. It took place on the West Bank. And it was 2 falafel stands, one Palestinian and one Israeli. This film could have been the absolute most sacrilegious film that could have made, and it was beautiful. It was sort of based on West Side Story. It was a musical, and it was hysterical. And we brought the film out. It was a world premiere of the film, and it won the Academy Award they give for Best Short Film. It's got to be 25 years ago. So that short kind of opened the door for, oh, okay, you're doing some really great films. Not so much a film, I would say. Even HBO came on board as a sponsor about 15, 17 years ago. They're no longer doing that. They moved to other things as sponsors. But when HBO got involved with us and we got some HBO documentaries, that was a big kind of jump for us. That all of a sudden, okay, HBO is involved. I'm not sure there's a specific feature film or two. We had Man of the Chair with Christopher Plummer.
Yeah.
When Christopher came out, that was a big film that didn't go out anywhere. Again, Nathan Lane was in a film that we had maybe 10 years ago. I'm I'm not sure there's any one specific film. The short is the one that I remember that really kind of said, oh, wow. Because, of course, we had it first before the Academy nominated it, which was kind of exciting. But I think the fact that we've had a lot of good filmmakers out and actors out in the festival, it's sort of been a progression. I think the fact that the word I think of all the time is consistency. Every year the people come up to us in the lobby and say, that festival was the best festival we've ever been to. Best festival in last year. I'm waiting for someone to come up and say, this wasn't as good as last year. I hope it doesn't happen.
Right, knock on
But
wood.
for the last 10, 15 years, everyone comes out and says, best festival ever. Now, they just saw it, I guess, so it's kind of fresh on their mind. But it's been really consistent, and I think getting HBO involved, when they were involved in doing that, and that kind of jumped us to another level. And I think one of the things we do is I have a really good relationship with foreign sales agents. And I started that maybe 15, 20 years ago. And we started paying for films, which a lot of festivals weren't doing. We were paying to bring films out. I figured, we're charging. And I think they enjoyed that and appreciated that. And then I worked for the films. When the festival's over, I'm on the phone trying to get an American distributor to look at the film. We've seen 3,000 films that have come in. We pick it for the festival. It wins an award. Why wouldn't you take a look at the film? So we built a reputation in the last 15 years, I'd say, of really being a filmmaker's dream. Flying them out, putting them up at a lovely hotel, wining and dining them, having parties. That I think we become the festival people love to come to. We're not a market. We're not Sundance and Cannes where you're going to fly in and buy a film. It has happened, and we've talked about some of these films being picked up. But we've been a place where people love coming. They stand on a stage and have more people watching their film in one night than maybe their entire festival run that they've had in a year. So we've become a real filmmakers festival. We've treated people really right. And I think it's just been word of mouth. I mean, we were getting 1,000 films coming in 10 years ago. Now we get 3,500 films that come in, which is getting difficult.
Yeah, to manage, right?
What's great about this location is that, you hear about Tribeca Film Festival and the other ones that happen in the city, and then you've got stuff going on in the Hamptons. But here we are in the middle.
Right.
And so the accessibility here, just for regular people like ourselves to be exposed to small films or films that, will eventually hit it big, but they can say we saw it here first. That is a very cool thing.
It's and it also opens up another door that I like to think about. I'm not a big person about this having to be the premiere of the film. We love it. It gets good press. We love to have them. We have a bunch of premieres this year. But we're about showing an audience our films. Like you said, Tribeca. Great festival. Hampton Film Festival, great festival. How much crossover in audience is there? 1% if you're lucky. So to me, if a film, for example, we have a film, West Hampton, which is a wonderful film. It's got R.J. Midden and Finn Wittrock from American Horror Story.
Yeah. Wow.
It's a great film shot by a filmmaker, Christian Nielsen, on Long Island in West Hampton, about West Hampton. It's a film within a film. It's about a filmmaker that comes back to his hometown after making a film that showed his town in a pretty bad light. And he's got to deal with that. Now that film, the guy, and it was a kid to me now. Christian Nielsen, who made the film, grew up coming to our film festival. Loved coming to it. So when he was asked to play another Long Island Film Festival that we sort of mentioned a few minutes ago, and they couldn't give an answer till we were ready to give an answer because their festival is later, he said, I would love to play there, but I'm playing Stony Brook.
Wow.
And that may cost him the other venue because some of these venues, I get it, they want to be about the first. Tribeca's the same way. It's what most festivals are. We're not.
Right.
Now, I don't want to play 10 films that play Tribeca. Matter of fact, West Hampton did play Tribeca. So we have the Long Island premiere of the festival, of the film. But that's not who we are. My festival's about, and our festival's about getting people in to see films they can't see anywhere else. They're not going out to the Hamptons in October. They're not going into Tribeca in the city.
Right.
The few that do, it's the same thing with my live shows. If I'm going to bring Dance City of Harlem here, or Alvin Ailey 1, not 2, because I know the audience is going to go to New York City, but there are many that are not going to. So, yeah, I think it's great that Suffolk County, Long Island, us regular people, like I said, don't have to, you pay $100. You can see the entire film festival. I paid for one ticket at Sundance because we have 1,000 seats.
Yeah.
I want you, ask me to come to the festival. I'll give you a ticket.
Yeah.
It's about filling this theater up and giving people a chance to see movies. We know at these other festivals that if you're not the in-person or know someone else, you're not getting into that big premiere or that big party. That's not who we are. We're about giving our audience the best films we can find in the world for 10 days, and we want you to come and enjoy it.
It's an incredible venue. I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, you can see right behind us. It's just the seating is beautiful. The screening is beautiful. We're on stage. I mean, I love it here. I think it's just been, I'm so happy to have met you and know that this is going on and being able to help you promote this festival. It's amazing.
Well, we really appreciate it. And when you look, those seats will be very filled when you come in about 2 weeks, a week and a half. It's full. And we had a Monday night film about a sex change operation in Iran on a Monday night 10 years ago. and there were 900 people in the theater. And even I was crying, thinking, how did we do this?
Yeah.
You know, and I remember people saying, we didn't, and that's, you don't know about these films. You go to StonyBrookFilmFestival.com, you look at these brochures, there's no 4-star reviews, they're brand new films. They're blurbs, they'll tell you about the film, you watch a trailer, and if it looks interesting, I guarantee you it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
It's a fun risk to take.
Yeah.
It is.
And it's reasonable enough to do it.
And I loved what you said. They give you a brief synopsis of the film, so you can come check out StallerCenter.com.
StallerCenter.com.
And you'll have the list of the films that are being played, and you can see what they're about. And I think it's just a really great opportunity to come to this venue, especially during the festival. What are other things that they can look forward to other than the festival?
Yeah, you know, this festival, you set up, as said, I was here 42 years. We started the festival 30 years ago. But during the year, we have things like Kelly O'Hara, the great Broadway star. We have Brian Stokes Mitchell is coming, also another great Broadway star. Leanne Rimes. It's a Sunday night. She's phenomenal. We had her a few years ago. She's coming. Bella Fleck and the Flecktones, if you love jazz.
Yes.
Oh,
These guys are
amazing.
getting back together again. They were supposed to be here during COVID year. We had to cancel it because we canceled everything that year. And matter of fact, Kelly O'Hara was here that year with Sutton Foster. We put them both together to do our gala. Now they're touring all over the country together. Do I get a finder's fee? Do I even get a notion? Nothing.
You're welcome.
Well, Sutton was here in the spring, and she said, I remember the last time I was here. I said, yeah, we all remember. And Kelly's coming back in October, and she'll be doing November. I think November 1st, and she's going to be back here for the first time. She wrote me and said, I remember the last time I was here. I put a bottle of water on the stage, and I said, nobody drink from that bottle, okay? I said, yeah, well, we're going to get you back. So she's back. We got Stanley Jude, another great jazz artist. What else we got coming this year? I got my team sitting around. What do we got? We got a celebrity autobiography, which Ralph Machio may be in. It's one of these shows where they bring people on stage and they read other people's autobiographies.
Oh, I love
think Richard
that.
Klein's going to be in that this year. Hopefully, Ralph. He didn't do it the last time I was here. All right, Ralph. You got 2 gigs coming up. You got to do the T podcast,
Yes.
and you've got to do
Let's go, Ralph.
But he's coming back. We've got comedian Jessica Kirson, who's
Oh,
a
don't-
rising star.
She is
Don't get me
Jessica's
started.
coming, okay?
Obsessed.
You got to come see Jessica. Who did Bill Burr said she's the best female comedian out there? I might say she's the best comedian out there.
Yeah.
And you get to see a comedian on a stage, not in an arena.
Yeah,
Not in an arena.
exactly.
And the crowd work for Jessica will be amazing because you're just right here.
Yeah.
So I look
Make it
forward
easy
to
for
that
her.
greatly. Yeah.
We had Chris DiStefano here, also
Yeah.
it was great. And my son was in the front row, and he was picking on my son the entire time.
Nice.
Because he said he's a PA, and he said, "What is that, like a little doctor, like a baby doctor?" And he said, "I'm sorry, it was your son." I said, "You asked for the front row in my theater. You got to know you're going to expect it."
He didn't know you were sitting behind him going like this.
That's the
Yeah,
one.
exactly.
What he said to me, he said, I said, you're a rising comedian. We booked you a year ago, and now you're getting bigger and bigger. I said, the last time I brought someone in that was kind of doing that and that got really big before they came on was this woman you may have heard of like 30 years ago, Ellen DeGeneres. He said, we got the same hair. And he used at least 3-4 Ellen DeGeneres jokes on stage that night. Did I get credit for that? You know what? I don't want the credit.
You're getting
I
it
want the
now.
great
We're going to
show.
give it
I
to
want a
you.
great show.
We're going to give it to
I
you.
want
You're
I want a
here.
great show. I want tuna that tastes good. No one will remember that except people my age and older, okay? Google it.
One quick question, just
Yes.
to go back to the film festival for a moment. For aspiring filmmakers,
Yeah.
right? People listening to this or watching this, and they've got the talent, they may have the content, or they're just nervous to start or nervous. How do I even? Can you give us just a really succinct summary of what the process is like? Obviously, after you've created the film, but to submit it and what that looks like.
Absolutely. And a great point, because also what I always talk about the young filmmakers or aspiring filmmakers, I've got one that's coming in later today to intern with us, is to come to the festival and meet the filmmakers and talk with them, because that's the most amazing thing. We've had filmmakers that have been here, or young people have been, and older people too, have come to the festival, and they say they're going to LA, and I'll know them, or they're a cousin of someone else, and I hook them up with someone who's been at the festival. And I have gotten the most amazing stories because the filmmakers love to give back to us. But the very simple thing to do, if you've made a film, and I know today, one thing about making films today is that there's so many out there, because you can make a good-looking
Yeah.
film on an iPhone. Back in the day when I
Exactly.
started this, if your film didn't look good, on this
Yeah.
screen, we knew right
Yeah.
away. I'd watch 10 minutes and say, nice film, but it's never going to play here. Now I have to watch 30 minutes or 40 minutes or the whole film because
Right.
I know it looks good. If you can't make a film that looks good, then you're probably not ready to do this anyway. But really, if you've made a short film and you've put it together and you've got, is the next thing to do is go to a place called Film Freeway. It's the easy thing to do. It started maybe 12, 13 years ago. We use it all the time. You go on, you pay a small fee. Some festivals charge more. We charge very little because I don't want to be that 11th festival and you have enough money for 10.
Yeah.
Plus, I know what it costs you to make that film. Your house is mortgaged, your parents'
Yeah.
house is mortgaged. It's a small fee. You submit your film to it. You submit your film on streaming, and then you pick the festival you want to play at, and you submit it to all these festivals, and we'll look through them and hopefully choose your film and put it out there. But the really great thing to me about if you're a young aspiring filmmaker on Long Island, come to the film festival. Reach out to us. Email us. We have filmmakers all week, all 10 days long. Sometimes 7 or 8 of them. They're here all day. They're available. You want to come out. You want to come to a party and talk to them. You don't even have to buy a ticket. If you're a young filmmaker and you can't, then I'll give you a ticket. If you can't afford and you're a young filmmaker, show me your work and I'll take a look at it. We'll get you in. But to meet, the best thing you can do is talk with other people in the business.
Yeah.
When I was an actor for 30 seconds a million years ago, I wanted to talk to other actors. Same thing with filmmakers. Don't be afraid to talk to people, and don't be afraid to go to film festivals. And these filmmakers are so easy to approach. They love it. We have a VIP room upstairs where the filmmakers go for. We feed them and give them drinks. You come in here and you say you want to be a filmmaker, and we'll bring you up to the room.
That's amazing. That's amazing. Now, how can people get tickets to the festival?
Yeah, what you want to do, the best way, if you want to buy a film pass, it's 10 days. You go to StonyBrookFilmFestival.com or StarterCenter.com. You can go online for $100. You can get a pass. If you want a really special thing, for $250, you get a gold pass, and that gets you seating with the stars. You get to go to all the parties. You get to go in first to the movies. You get discounts at restaurants. You get a new hat, although I think all of our pass holders get hats. He's wearing one. Oh my God, it's a very cool hat. I'll have to give our host a hat today. It's just a bird. We go with the raven, whatever
I love
it is.
it.
We won't tell you what it means because we don't know. After 30 years, Milton Glaser designed us. You can buy a Flex Pass, which we came up with a few years ago. It's 85 days of the festival. You can see we have features and shorts on both nights, so that's 4 films. Any 5 days, it's $75. It's what I paid for one movie at Sundance some years ago, or $100 to get you the 10-day pass. And you don't have a picture on the pass. You know what that means? It means you can't make it one night. You figure it out, okay?
Yeah,
Mom and dad, brother,
secrets,
sister.
secrets and hacks shared here.
Secrets in action.
I think that's the
Pass it
best.
around. And if you just see a film or two you really want to see, we have a great Holocaust film. I've got all kinds of films. You go to StonyBrookFilmFestival.com. You can read about them. You can see the trailers. If there's just 1 or 2 films that interest you, go online and buy a single ticket for a film.
Yeah.
You'll come back. We'll get you. Buy one early, you'll come back for later on. But we want you any way you want to come. We want it to be reasonable for everyone on Long Island to be able to afford this. This is not an elite film festival. It's a film festival for Long Island, and we want you to come to it.
I love it. Alan, thank you so much. This has been incredible. I love learning about everybody that's coming here and the festival itself. I thank you so much for having us.
Yeah, you will see me here.
Yes.
I'm very excited.
With your hats on, of course.
Yes,
absolutely.
It's been an honor and a pleasure. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank
you so much. How amazing was that?
Isn't he so awesome? First of all, I loved his energy. Like I said, I think he can talk for so much about what's going on with the festival, and what he does for this festival is just incredible. The work that I didn't realize how much work goes into it.
Yeah, and I'm sure only a fraction was shared. I feel like you would have had to take me, off the stage with like one of those old canes from talking to him, because we could have had an entire podcast episode dedicated to this. But like, I think for me, one of the real important things is the accessibility.
Oh, yeah.
Of this film festival.
Where we are on the island, just how centrally located we are. I think it's incredible. And like he said, it's really about the films that are being premiered. I think I love the idea that you can go to their website, StarterCenter.com, look at the festival lineup, look at the blurbs that describe the films. And I think that's enticing enough to just come here and see, like he said, pick 1 or 2 or stay the whole time.
Yeah, and it's obviously every genre. So I would urge you, even if you're a comedy fan, if you're a documentary fan, go outside of your comfort zone here. Get one of these passes. They're all described on the website, that it would allow you to see. You could stay here, you could visit all 10 days, or you can pick 5, whatever it is, but go outside of your comfort zone and just, be the trendsetter in your group.
Yeah,
absolutely. Be the one that says, you haven't heard that film, this is amazing. And, and then they can seek it out, or they can come with you to the next day. But, the accessibility is really great. The location is even better. And it's a film festival for Long Islanders, but I don't want to minimize the quality of the content that's coming here.
Absolutely.
It's not just movies about bagels.
Right.
Right. We've got, these are amazing films that you will see blow up.
Well, he said he is a filmmaker coming from Israel, and just what she has to do to get here to be able to premiere it. I'm like, it's incredible.
Yeah, it's a global event for sure. So don't sleep on the quality of this stuff. Really read through everything on the website, and don't hold back. Bring your friends and come solo. I will end up bringing a friend or family member, but I have no problem attending these things solo and just really, hopping around. Nice. Thank you.
Oh, he's got VIP passes for us. I'm excited.
Thank you so much.
You know what's great, though, is our listeners can go to stollercenter.com to purchase a pass and enter in the code DiscoverLI at checkout for 25% off the Flex Pass.
That is amazing. And obviously, they have things outside of the film festival.
Oh, yeah.
There's performances all year round. Again, every category. Some upcoming ones at the Stoller Center include Jessica Curson, which I think you saw my reaction before. All of my family members, we've all seen her in different states in the U.S.
Yeah.
My brother's in Salt Lake City. We've seen her there. We've seen her in the city. My mother, all of us, we live for her. So we are very, very excited for her. That's October 18th. And then Grammy winner, we all know her, Leanne Rimes.
Oh, I'm so excited for her.
In December.
Yeah, I know. I'm super excited for that. And we are going to probably have her on the pod promoting that show. So I'm really excited to have her join us.
Yeah, that'll be great. So just a little bit more. It's over 10 days. You can enjoy short and feature films, and these are followed by live Q&As, like Alan said earlier, with directors, cast, and crew. It's a true insider experience, and that is something you really can't get with other film festivals.
Absolutely. And you know what I loved about, too, how he said these filmmakers love to talk. So if you're an up-and-coming filmmaker or you just, are nervous about entering into that world, come to this festival. He will hook you up because we got a guy for you. And it's just awesome. We introduced last week our Show Us Your Long Islander. And I love this because this is somebody who I follow and I think is incredible doing. His social media is just so hilarious because he just doesn't hold back and I love it. So this week's Long Islander is Long Island Wise Guy. He's a local anonymous content creator known for funny, relatable Long Island-centric videos that have gone viral multiple times. He showcases local slang, deli culture, and all things uniquely Long Island. He's built a solid following by highlighting the quirks and charm of Long Island life. Perfect fit for this segment. Funny enough, we work with him, and we've had, I want to say it was like 5 or 6 years ago, we started getting in contact with him. And I think like when he would not tell us his name, he was like using like a voice maker. What is that? A voice editor. So we couldn't recognize his voice. I think this man, I don't know who, he's like Batman. Like it's hilarious. I think it's so funny that he is so incognito and he just develops such great content.
I agree. He's one of those people that, because he'll usually have like a carousel of content.
Right.
And inevitably I'm sending it, sharing it with either on my own story or with friends. But there's so many that are applicable and that like resonate with you. But it's funny because he's both self-deprecating, but it's also there's also like a pride in Long Island.
Oh yeah.
Because if you can't make fun of yourself, you know what I mean? Then
exactly.
we have to laugh at ourselves sometimes. But yes, he is one of those accounts that I'm always ready to be like, okay, this is going to amuse me right now, especially on Mondays that run fast. Maybe at our lunch break, we'll take a look through and see what he's got for us today.
So if you don't follow him, follow him at Long Island Wise Guy, and he is be sure to entertain you. So some things happening, Long Island life, some things that are happening is World Chocolate Day on July 7th, just passed, but plenty of places to still enjoy, like Bonbons Chocolatier in Huntington.
We love to set. I always say it's either art or chocolate. It's very hard to have.
It is so beautiful. The way that they put those things together, I just don't understand it. I think it's amazing. Glenn's Donuts in Selden.
La Porta in Northport, the specialty in chocolate gelato, please.
And then Fogo de Chao and Huntington Station and Garden City both do a chocolate lava cake. I am here for that.
I love lava cake so much. I was tempted to buy it out of the freezer section the other day. And my son said no. And he's right. It's the kind of thing that you really want. I love the restaurants, so you have to give them like a heads up that you want it. Right. Because they're cooking it. They're baking it on the spot. Yeah. But I'd be just fine with a defrosted lava cake.
Yeah, same, actually.
And then, of course, the Northport Hotel, dark chocolate cake. Don't sleep on the Northport Hotel. It's amazing.
It's amazing. We have a new blog also inspired by the popular reality dating show Love Island.
Sorry to interrupt. This is a really, really good one. Shout out to Missy and Courtney on our press team. This is a really, really fun blog. If you don't, check out our blogs often, this would be a great one to kick it off with, especially everything surrounding Love Island.
Do you watch it, obviously?
I'm behind.
Okay, me too. So I was going to say, I'm really behind. But the flirt Patchogue, he likes nightlife all year round and especially loves when all the bars are within walking distance of one another. That way he doesn't have to settle down at just one bar. After a night out, he never misses shopping at the tap room for late night bites, and all his friends credit him for putting them on to the Crispy Dragon's appetizer.
Another character on the show might be the loyal one. We'll call that Greenport. He wants to swoon you with charm, dedication, and consistency. Your dream date, and he knows that. Walk along the docks, a chat over some Long Island wine, dinner at Nookie's, a ride on the Mitchell Park Carousel, and stay at the Sound View to take in beautiful panoramic sunset over the water. This is picture perfect, like a Hallmark movie dream.
Like we say, we are always. And then there's also the Firecracker Fire Island. He's not afraid of something new, but his 3 favorite things are adventure, good vibes, and the beach. He's always chooses the top deck of the ferry on the ride to Fire Island and back, because what's the point if there's no view? He's bold and blunt, but embraces his feisty and chaotic side, especially if there's a rocket fuel or a zippy in hand, his go-to drinks. No cars, no problem. His favorite place to have a chat in biking side by side or on the beach is at Watch Hill.
The underrated, we're going to call that Huntington. This is my type of person. Quietly confident, effortlessly cool. He's not trying to steal the spotlight, but somehow he always does. He appreciates thoughtful conversation over brunch at the Shed. Get me a museum date at Heckscher Museum of Art and live music at the Paramount. He loves a walkable downtown, sleek boutiques, and a vibey cocktail bar. This guy is artsy, cultured, and a little mysterious, Huntington. Okay.
I'm here for it. And then the it guy girl from the Hamptons. He's popular for a reason. He'll wine and dine you at Topping Rose House, sweep you off your feet with a stroll through Sag Harbor, and make you feel like summer royalty on Cooper's Beach, the #1 beach in America. Duh. Is he a little too into his skincare routine? Maybe. But when you're busy sipping rosé at Wolfer Estate or watching the sunset over the dunes, you'll know he's worth the hype.
And finally, the wild card. That's Montauk, unpredictable in the best way. 1 minute you're relaxing with a lobster roll and ocean views at Navy Beach. Next you're dancing barefoot at a beach bonfire or a trendy beach club. He's not afraid to get salty, sandy, and a little sunburned, but always still makes it look good. What's his idea of a perfect date? A lazy morning in Ditch Plains with a bagel and a coffee in hand on the beach, an afternoon exploring downtown, and an evening watching the sun dip behind the iconic Montauk Point Lighthouse before heading to his favorite bar, which happens to change depending on which bombshell he's with. He's spontaneous, adventurous, and keeps you on your toes, but that's what makes falling for him so fun. I feel like I'm on my dating app. Right?
Yes.
This is basically
Swipe left.
We should, I swipe right on some, swipe left on some other.
Oh my gosh. There's going to be more. I love this blog series. I think the girls are doing such an incredible job. The communications team is so creative and thoughtful, and they really, really tied in all these hotspots on Long Island.
Yeah, really take a look, click on these links, or, if you're listening to us, look up these places, because you should not sleep on these. And these are really ways to create an amazing summer for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. You know what's happening this weekend on Long Island? Friday, July 11th, Kids Bop at Jones Beach Theater.
My favorite thing about Kids Bop as of late was when Kendrick Lamar's They're Not Like Us.
I know, but was it Kids Bop?
Yeah, they did. We ride the bus. We ride the bus. And I remember singing it in the kitchen because I just heard it. And all the lyrics obviously went along with school children, but it was such a quick turnaround to make a song like that into something more accessible for kids, and it was so
hilarious. I feel like everybody did some sort of way option of that song.
Yeah.
Everybody, it's so funny. And then also Saturday, July 12th is Songbird Sessions, Heart and Soul at Long Island Game Farm, and Neon Nights at Splish Splash. This has just started.
Yeah.
That's super exciting because it's like the adult time at this water park. I think is so cool, where they have the neon lights up and it's finally open late, and it's going to be fun.
Yeah, and get the kids out of the way.
Yeah.
Sorry, not sorry. For more events, check out the detailed info. Please visit discoverlongisland.com or download our mobile app.
Awesome. Okay, so celebrity. We have some interesting things happening here. You brought this to our attention.
Yeah, this is very exciting. LeBron James came to Southampton High School. He showed up for a private workout. There's a rising senior there, Alex Franklin, who was invited to rebounds for him and ended up getting a once-in-a-lifetime training session from the king himself.
Can you imagine? It just like standing in your high school gym and there's LeBron James.
What about the nerves to rebound? Like, it's so easy. All right, get the ball and give it back out. I feel like you catch the ball and it would be like exploding out of your hands. Like, you make sure, and like, he's so tall. Like, are you used to giving a chest pass that like goes up?
Right,
like
right. Gosh, I can't imagine it, but that's like, wow, that's incredible. And then I feel like with this film festival happening, you don't know who's going to show up, who you might run into or bump into here at the Stoller Center. Super excited because it's, celebrity happenings all over.
Yeah, it's nonstop.
So we're going to wrap this fabulous episode up because I think we brought so much energy, and I, again, loved having Alan on here and to tell us all about the film festival. Remember, go to StonyBrookFilmFestival.com to look and read up on these films that are being premiered and really get your tickets because it's an incredible experience.
Yeah, you will see me here. And so next week we are off, but we'll see you the week after that.
See you next time.
The Long Island Tea Podcast is brought to you by Discover Long Island. For exclusive access to contests and promotions, follow Long Island Tea Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And for questions, comments, and collaborative inquiries, email spillthetea@discoverlongisland.com.